Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjanan Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swama Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raguna Tamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagalita Shri Vishakha Nidalcha Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Satya Granchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishubhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpataruvesha Kripa Sindhu Bhavevucha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Guru Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaye Krishna Bhaktaye Tadbhaktaye Namo Namaha. Actually, we are very fortunate to be in the family of Srila Prabhupada. Because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, our life has become so easy and so convenient, that anything which people could not acquire before and people used to struggle a lot for, we're getting everything as it is in our plate. Like one day I was listening to a lecture, and so when devotee was explaining, is this Prabhu, my very good friend, he explained very beautifully that everybody who used to be the seeker, they used to go to a different river. Like they'll go to Ganga, तो गंगा का घाट कहाँ पर है? वाराणसी में होगा या फिर हरिद्वार में होगा. So they used to go to different river and they used to go and associate with the sadhus there. कहते ना घाट घाट का पानी पिया इसने. तो जो करेक्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग है घाट घाट का पानी की, वो यही थी कि एक व्यक्ति जो था वो सीकर होता था और वो क्या करता था, वो अलग अलग जगहों पे जाके अलग अलग घाटों पे जाके अलग अलग लोगों से मिलके he used to acquire knowledge from them and he used to learn. And then when he used to get like the bona fide guru according to his own understanding, then he used to surrender to that particular person. So this was the beauty of the ancient time. But we are very fortunate because our acharyas, they have done a lot of research. Like I don't have to come from my office around 5 o'clock, and I don't have to sleep at 7:30, and I don't have to get up at 1:30 in the night to write the scriptures. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, whole life he did that. He was writing, he was reading and then reading and writing for all of us. Do you know that, Kamal Kumar?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur had struggled a lot. Srila then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he had to like take a vow, how strong vow he had to take for the celibacy, and then whole life of him, he just started Krishna consciousness and spread about it to the whole world. And then Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, had to leave home and going everywhere. 70 years, if anybody says Prabhupada, one time one devotee was asking me, so Prabhupada only preached for about 12 years, right? I said, no, he had preached for about 12 plus 32 years. So 12 plus 30 years means 42 years. What do you mean by 42 years? Then I told him that how Prabhupada, when he met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, immediately started practicing Krishna consciousness. And he started preaching about it from that moment only. Like Prabhupada ki jo जीवनी पढ़ते हैं, Prabhupada लीलामृता, in that it is very nicely explained how Prabhupada going everywhere and influencing people. Like if he is going and living in one any of the hotel, small hotel, तो उधर वहाँ के जितने भी चपरासी और जो वहाँ के लोकल सिक्योरिटी गार्ड ये सब भी थे, they were also very surprised to see that this guy is getting up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning and taking shower with the cold water. And they were very, very surprised with that, you know. So we can see that how Prabhupada was actually with his archer preaching everywhere. And wherever he used to go, he used to just talk about Krishna, you know. जैसे कि जैसे कि एक बड़ा अच्छा उदाहरण आता है कि how Prabhupada was meeting with some foreigners, some Britishers, and they were talking about introducing his medicine into British market. So he said, okay, everything is okay. He said, let's go to the club today. ठीक है? Let's go to the club today. And then we can have a further discussion there. He said, no, it's 6:30. I have to go to the temple because I have to attend Gaur Aarti. So that's dedication Prabhupada had, you know, from the beginning. So this exactly shows how much dedicated he was and how dedicated we all have to be. So today we are going to discuss the most essential and most important point of the chapter, that is called Manual of Vaishnava Etiquettes and Lifestyle. We're going to read that. We're not going to read it, of course. We're just going to go through it. But this is like, you know, I've read so many Vaishnava Etiquette books. I've gone through so many other books also. I think this is one of the best books. Why? Because it actually talks about our regular course, you know, how we are dealing with people, how we are discussing things with them, and how we are dealing among each other. So it makes it very easy for all of us to follow. It's not very complicated. There will be so many complications I will introduce into it, and I'm really very sorry for that in advance. You might curse me for it in the future. Probably, why did you tell us? Because sometimes the ignorance is bliss, right? हमें जब किसी बारे में पता नहीं होता, so we feel, oh, that is okay. But when we know about it, it is very difficult for us to follow. So महाप्रभु ने बोला है कि सत्यनारायण चरिता में कि Vaishnava etiquette is an ornament which makes a devotee beautiful and attractive in the eye of a god, in the eye of the world. So it is therefore very important for all devotees of the Lord to be well versed in the matters such as etiquette and lifestyle. जैसे मैं बताता हूँ कि humility are the clothes of bhakti. अगर अभी नग्न स्त्री आ जाए साधुओं के समाज में, तो सारे के सारे साधु अपना मुंह नीचे कर लेंगे, कोई भी उस नग्न स्त्री को नहीं देखेगा ना. उसी तरीके से भक्ति के जो कपड़े है ना, वो ह्यूमिलिटी है. तो अगर ह्यूमिलिटी नहीं है, दयनीयता, अगर ह्यूमिलिटी नहीं होगी हमारे अंदर, तो वी विल not be seen by Krishna. Our bhakti would not be seen by Krishna. And after wearing clothes, definitely the decoration has to be there, no, to make it look beautiful. So to make our body look beautiful, we put tilak, kanti mala, you know, our ornaments are them. For these are our ornaments. But the ornaments for bhakti is the Vaishnava etiquettes. So very amazingly, Mahaprabhu is mentioned in one of the prayers. He, so there's an instruction Srila Sanatana Goswami like this. Yadyopiyo tumi hao jagat pavan tvamasparshe pari pavitra haya deva muni gan tatapi bhakta swabhav maryada rakshan maryada palan hoye sadhura bhushan. My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and although even the demigods and great saints are purified by touching you, it is the characteristics of a devotee to observe and protect the Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of a devotee. Maryada langhene laka kare upahas, iha loke paraloke dui hai nash. जब तुम मर्यादा को लांघते हो, अपने 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 स्वभाव, जो आपका मतलब जो आप स्वभाव के परिपूर्ण कार्य करते हो, जो कि एक नंबर का अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड और थर्ड क्लास है, मर्यादा को फॉलो करना बहुत बहुत जरूरी है ना. So if one transgresses the law of etiquette, people make fun of him, and thus he is vanquished in both the world, in this and the next. इहलोके और परलोके दुई होए नाश, दोनों में नाश होगा. इसीलिए कहते हैं ना कि लॉर्ड चैतन्य वहां पे who gave 5 important instructions to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Based on those instructions, the need was felt to write down this book that is written by the author. And those 5 things were very, very essential. And I mean, 5 or 4, 6, very important. Pehla instruction he gave कि you have to scrutinizingly study all the revealed scriptures and extract the essence from all, and essence is bhakti, right? So you have to take out the essence from, and but he did not say to read the scriptures. He says scrutinizingly read the scriptures. What does it mean to read things scrutinizingly? Scrutinizingly reading the scriptures means you are actually meditating on um, meditating on the insight of thing. You know what I mean? The insight of thing. It means reading between the lines. जैसे कि suppose एक line आती है कि Prabhupada said that the progress in Krishna consciousness depends upon the attitude of the bhakta. अब attitude of the devotee. अब now इसको scrutinizingly churn करो अपने mind में. Scrutinizing reading. What do you mean by the proper behavior of a Vaishnava? Behavior, desires, actions, reactions, everything is included in that. So my progress in bhakti depends on these multiple things, right? So that's why he said scrutinizingly study the scriptures. ताकि there should not be any त्रुटि, कोई आगे तुमको हिला ना सके. To excavate holy places of Krishna Leela and Vrindavan, to make Vrindavan Dham a place that people from all around will come to take the shelter and be inspired by. Then he said to build the beautiful temples and install beautiful, wonderful deities and teach the world proper method of deity worship. By their personal example, to show the conduct of a Vaishnava and proper etiquette among Vaishnavas, Lord Chaitanya considered this to be most important principle. Not only must we philosophically strong, but we must understand how to have proper etiquette among each other, to our superior, to our junior, and to the Supreme Lord and the conditions. You see 5 categories. Huh? First, to my superior, second, to my inferior, third, to my fellow devotees, fourth, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Seva Prag, and fifth is the conditions for people who are not devotees or who are going to become devotees. He told them to establish Vaishnava etiquettes through their writing as well as through their behavior. Okay? And then by their own personal conduct to show what are the duties of one in the renounced order of life. So that's why he says now, क्या बोला था? सनातन गोस्वामी ने पहला श्लोक है, वाचो वेगम मनसा क्रोध वेगम जीवा वेगम उदरोपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगम यो विषयेत धीरा सर्वामपि माम पृथ्वीम सशिष्या. राइट? समझ में आया? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ?
यस यस यस.
तो जब तक व्यक्ति के अंदर ये कंट्रोल्स नहीं होंगे तो व्यक्ति क्या नहीं कर सकता? शिष्य नहीं बना सकता. I don't know how many people they follow today this particular concept, but at least we have to understand that when we are finding a guru, our guru, whether he has these qualities or not, this is very important for us to understand that, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now the most important thing is that why do we actually need in one way, why do we actually need Vaishnava etiquette? Can somebody tell me? I want everybody to participate in because this is like a session among all of us only. Tell me, why do we need Vaishnava etiquette?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हाँ बोलो.
So basically, the reason is that if we follow Vaishnava etiquette, then we can understand the process of Bhakti. So the process of Bhakti goes from outward to inward. तो appearance अगर सही होगा हमारा, we should follow etiquette, तो धीरे धीरे हमारे अंदर उस भाव डेवलप होगा. तो जब भाव डेवलप होगा, हम कृष्ण का भक्ति जो है वैष्णव के अंडर में अच्छी तरीके से समझ पाएंगे. So that's why this is only one of the reasons. There are many other reasons. So I told this one of the reasons. So why we should follow Vaishnava etiquette.
हाँ मतलब हमें भाव हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी जब हम लोग भक्ति को करेंगे, राइट है ना. तो क्या होगा, प्रॉपर बिहेवियर डेवलप होगा और प्रॉपर बिहेवियर से हमारी प्रॉपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी कि हाउ डू वी हैव टू सर्व, राइट.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
So one of the point we can write is that to serve properly the Vaishnava, right? You studying rightly? Can you cannot listen now what he is saying? So shall I remove it or what? Okay. ठीक है. So second thing, Prabhupada also said first dress then address. अगर हमारा movement preaching का है, so this is the most essential and the most important thing for all of us to have the proper behavior, proper etiquette, because with that only we are going to preach. For example, very small example, our Goswamis, how they have established such a system. When the Pandit came to argue with Rupa Goswami, and he said that hey Rupa, you just write it down on this piece of paper that you're defeated by me, and he immediately wrote it down, and then he said go. Some people they thought Rupa Goswami has written this because he didn't want to waste his time with that guy in argument. Of course, that could be one of the reasons. Because when you're performing bhajan, true bhajan, you have no time for all this, right? Some people have thought that Rupa Goswami was busy, of course, in his bhajan. But actually, the real reason behind that was revealed later on. When that guy, Yeshu Kashmir, उसका नाम शायद Digvijay Pandit था या कुछ ऐसे नाम था. And when he was just like, with that particular letter, he was going very pumped up in Vrindavan and then immediately bumped into this Sanjeev Goswami. And he asked, he told Sanjeev Goswami that I've heard that you're a very big scholar. He said, yeah, I'm not a very big scholar. Who told you? He said, no, I've heard that you went to Prayag and you have done so much of research, so much. He said, whatever I have, it is because of the mercy of my Guru. Who is your Guru Maharaj? This is Rupa Goswami. Here, take letter by Rupa Goswami. He was defeated by me. He said, so he got defeated by you. I said, what was the argument? He said, he did not have guts to argue with me. He just wrote it down that he is accepting his defeat. तो सोना ठीक है, आप बैठते हैं. उन्होंने ना जीव गोस्वामी ने उसको इतना ह्यूमिलिएट किया पहले दिन, खूब उसको डिफीट किया, फिर उसको आखिरी में हार गए. फिर सेकंड डे उसको तो बिठाया, फिर खूब डिफीट किया, फिर थोड़ा सा आगे उन्होंने कहा अच्छा शायद मैं गलत हूँ यहाँ पे, ऐसे बोल. मतलब अच्छा जब वो हारता था तो हारता जाता था, इतना ह्यूमिलिएशन देने के बाद जो उसको थोड़ा सा एक बेनिफिट, थोड़ा सा एक वो मिलता था कि ओ यार जस्ट वॉन But then third day he defeated him actually, and then he said, "You write it down that you got defeated, by Rupa Goswami. You cannot say that my guru, is inferior to you in any case." So when Rupa Goswami was, doing his bhajan, Sanjeev Goswami went there and he kept that paper in front of him, and then immediately Rupa Goswami said, "क्या है ये?" कहते ये भैया आपका पूरे मोहल्ले में आपका नाम खराब कर रहा था, पूरे वृंदावन में किसने आपको हरा दिया. So immediately Rupa Goswami got very angry. He said, what kind of Vaishnava you are? Huh? what kind of Vaishnava you are? How can you be happy seeing somebody unhappy? Because जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्व धर्म साथ, केवल ये दो चीजें जो हमको याद रखनी है, क्या? हर लिविंग एंटिटी के प्रति, हर जीव के प्रति जो है हमारे हृदय में दया होनी चाहिए, और नहीं नहीं करना, हाँ, हर जीव के प्रति हमारे हृदय में दया होनी चाहिए, और कृष्ण नाम के हमारे मुख पे हमेशा होना चाहिए। ये सारे धर्मों का सार है। Some people say कि Rupa Goswami, so this was a very good example how how they have exhibited our acharyas humility, you know. But on another hand, we have to also understand that Rupa Goswami was actually very happy. Our acharya says that he was very happy because he wanted actually Rupa Goswami to defeat him, so that हमारे कभी भी हमारा संप्रदाय जो है उसको कोई व्यक्ति हल्का ना समझे. So whenever any of us with our behavior defeat somebody else, our guru will always get very happy. That is the reason we need to have actually proper etiquettes, proper behavior, so that nobody is pointing out to. Because we live in India, है ना? अब इंडिया में क्या सीन है कि अगर कमल ने चोरी करी है तो ये कोई ये नहीं बोलेगा गाँव में जाके कमल ने चोरी करी है, सब बोलेंगे रॉय का लड़का है इसने चोरी करी है, राइट कमल? तो बाप का
Yes,
नाम खराब होता. So whenever we misbehave or our etiquettes are not proper, it actually comes to our guru immediately. अरे तो इस गुरु महाराज का शिष्य है, ये तो उस गुरु महाराज का शिष्य है. हालांकि this is a very third class way of addressing somebody as, because we all are under Prabhupada only, and we should always have that bhav. But still, so this was actually what I wanted to mention. जो हमारे आचार्यों ने बड़ी समझदारी के साथ और बहुत सुंदरता के साथ जो है वैष्णव एटिकेट जो है वो हमको दिखाए, और दी एसेंस जो है वो ऑल स्क्रिप्चर सिंपल, बट समर्तव्य सततम विष्णु और विस्मृतव्य न जातु चेत, मींस ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कृष्णा एंड नेवर फॉरगेट कृष्णा, राइट? So now we are going to read etiquette within the temple, right? Anybody has any doubt, question, problem here? Anybody wants to ask? Any question? Kamal Srishti Sharma, question? Etiquette within a temple. टेम्पल के अंदर एटिकेट्स हमारी कैसे होनी चाहिए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हम लोगों के लिए जानना. सबसे पहले हमको हम्बल होना चाहिए. कभी कभी क्या होता है, डिवोटीज जो है वैष्णव बोलते हैं हरि बोल प्रभु, व्हाई यू नॉट डूइंग दिस, व्हाई यू नॉट डूइंग दैट, दिस एंड दैट. और भाई कहते हैं हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी. कोई बंदा गाली दे रहा होगा गाड़ी में, बुक नहीं चाहिए प्रभु जी प्लीज ले लीजिए. दे ट्राई टू प्रिटेंड टू बी हम्बल. हालांकि दे शुड बिहेव लाइक अ लायन आउटसाइड एंड दे शुड बिहेव लाइक अ, क्या कहते हैं ना, मैमल, है ना, inside the temple among devotees. So being very humble is very, very, very important. Offering obeisances, that is another very essential thing. So whenever we see any Vaishnava, we should always do Panchang Pranam. Vanchakal Patru Vaishya, Kripa Sindhu Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Okay? This particular prayer is a very special prayer. Huh? और ये हमें बताती है कि how important it is to have Vaishnavas in our life. Then one should offer obeisances, full convert to Srila Prabhupada. So how to, actually it is like mentioned, how we should take darshan in the temple actually. In one way you can say. But anyways, इसको हम इस तरीके से लेते हैं कि जब भी हम टेम्पल के अंदर घुसते हैं तो सबसे पहले हमको क्या करना चाहिए, दरवाजे पे नॉक करना चाहिए, टक टक. लेकिन दरवाजे के जो कुंडे होते हैं उस पर नॉक नहीं करना चाहिए. That means we are asking the Lord to send us a blessing. हाँ, ठीक है. तो बिल्कुल just टक टक हल्का सा. Why? Because whenever we enter in somebody's house, we should always do a simple knock. That is very important and very essential for us, right? So we do that and then we pay obeisances. Suppose मंदिर के अंदर दर्शन खुले हुए हैं तो हम बोलेंगे श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय, गौरताई की जय, राधे श्याम की जय। और अगर दर्शन कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की जय, और अगर दर्शन नहीं खुले हुए हैं तो विल जस्ट से वांछकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Because when the darshans are not open and paying obeisances to the closed temple altar is a seva aparadha. This is not good. When the darshans are closed, we should not do parikrama of the temple as well. मुझे बताओ कितने लोग मानते हैं, 100 कितने नहीं मानते हैं, बता रहा हूँ। तो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। जब दर्शन बंद होते हैं तो उस समय भगवान को प्रणाम नहीं करना चाहिए। तो हम जितने भी देवी देवता का वेट कर रहे हैं भगवान के दर्शन का, उनको प्रणाम करते हैं। ठीक है। अब नाउ वी टॉकिंग अबाउट सेकंड थिंग।
हरि बोल प्रभु जी,
हाँ।
कैन यू प्लीज पार्डन, वो क्या बोल रहे थे कि मतलब दर्शन क्लोज होते हैं तो हमें प्रणाम नहीं करना चाहिए।
हमें मंदिर में ठाकुर जी को प्रणाम नहीं करना चाहिए। अंदर घुसते समय वांछकल्पतरुभ्यश्च बोल के सारी देवी देवता और वैष्णव आचार्यों को प्रणाम कर सकते हैं।
तो जो हम प्रणाम करते हैं वो हम डेमीगॉड्स को करते हैं, मतलब आफ्टर।
नॉट ओनली डेमीगॉड्स, वैष्णव।
ओके,
मतलब डेमीगॉड्स हम नहीं बोलते ना, उनको वैष्णव बोलते हैं। The
ओके
servant of Krishna, right?
यस।
Shiva, Brahma, Ganapati, you know, they're all who they are. They are Vaishnavas. Okay. Then we should offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, keeping him or on our left hand and chant this pranam mantra, Om Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pishtaya Bhutleya. And then we should move towards the deities and offer full prostrate obeisances, keeping the deity. Mataji is keeping these, of course, on the left side. Prabhupada can be on the our left, can be on our right, or can be in middle also. Yeah, it's not important. The Guru Pranam can be done anywhere. But one should then move towards the deity and offer full pranam to the deities, keeping them on the left side and doing pranam. Why do we keep the deities on our left side? Can somebody give answer?
यस प्रभु जी।
Why are we keeping the deities on the left side?
क्योंकि जब प्रणाम करते हैं ना, आवर हार्ट का जो कनेक्शन होता है, आवर हार्ट इज स्लाइटली लेफ्ट साइड में बॉडी का थोड़ा, तो भगवान का जो हार्ट होता है तो उससे ज्यादा कनेक्टेड रहता है। तो इसलिए ये रीजन है, मैंने सुना था। तो इस रीजन की वजह से वी टेक द ड्यूटी ऑन आवर लेफ्ट साइड एंड
Very good. This is one of the reasons. Second reason is also this, that earlier temple were not so upar. So people used to pay obeisances like this and used to take darshan of the Lord when they're paying obeisances. समझ रहे हो? And किसी
क्या बोला आपने?
मैं जैसे प्रणाम कर रहा हूँ ऐसे, मैं भगवान को ऐसे देख रहा हूँ, तो पीपल जैसे चैतन्य महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ के सामने जब प्रणाम करते थे तो जगन्नाथ जी के दर्शन करते थे प्रणाम करते करते। समझ रहे हो आप?
यस प्रभु जी।
So we take darshan of the deities actually in this way.
Okay, प्रभु जी, got it.
Yeah. Third reason for that is all the demigods and the Vaishnava Acharyas, they are standing in front of the Lord and they want to take darshan of the Lord. So yeah, and when we are showing them the feet, it is an offense. That's why we pay obeisances like this. So we are not showing our feet to them. So yeah, do you know that? You know that. It may be noted that one should not offer obeisances on one hand. Both hands should support the body while bowing down. Both hands should be outstretched. Matajis should not do Purna Pranam. They should always do Panchang Pranam. Prabhujis, when they are paying obeisances, they should make sure that their genitals are not touching the Prithvi, Devi. So they can be a little bit halka sa tera from the west side or below the west side. Some people they believe that when you're wearing a upari kapde, then we should not do Purna Pranam. We should do only Panchang Pranam. In ISKCON we don't practice this. So Just you can listen to it and can have the understanding that you have the utri, then you can do the pranam, Purna pranam. But if you don't have a utri and you only have a kurta, then you're not supposed to do the ashtang pranam. Because you cannot do Dandu pranam. You can actually just do Panchang pranam. Otherwise कहते हैं कि आदमी को लेप्रोसी हो जाती है उसके अगले जन्म में. Upon meditating on the deities, it is very important that when we are looking at deities, how are we looking at the deities? Sometimes people they just bomb on the face of the Lord. And wow, Thakur ji kitna sundar lag rahe hain. But actually the proper procedure is, after paying obeisances to the deities, the darshan is taken from the down. We should not, however, immediately look upon the deities full in the face. Prabhupada keh rahe hain, the process of meditation should begin from the lotus feet of the Lord and progress to his smiling face. The meditation should be concentrated upon the lotus feet, then the calves, then the thighs, and in this way, higher and higher. The more the mind becomes fixed on different parts of limbs or after another, the more the intelligence becomes purified. Srila Prabhupada explained in the purport that such meditation will help us to get detached from the sense gratification. The mood of the devotee taking darshan is, Sir, I am your eternal servant. Please let me know how can I serve you. The function of the big deity in the temple are for giving darshan and usually are the Ishtadevas of the Sampradaya. So it is quite natural and respectful to see them first. Here is a little trick in the sense, and there are also, anyways, I'll tell you later. There are also other considerations as if the three altars like Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan or Radha Rasbihari in Juhu, Srila Prabhupada would pay obeisances first to Gauritai, then Krishna Balaram altar, and then Radha Shamsundar altar. So the devotees may like to see his guru first, picture may not be present, and then take darshan of the ascending order of Krishna. So here are two, three things which you have to keep it in consideration. First of all, when you're paying obeisances, if I am there and my guru is there, and if suppose somebody is my student and consider me as his guru, for example, and if paying obeisances to me, that would be disrespect to my guru. Right? So in that case, the best is to actually, what we can do, first we paid the obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, so we have paid actually the obeisances to the whole Guru Varga. Then we should go to the Gauritai altar and we should first pay obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu because he is the Guru Tattva, then Mahaprabhu, then 6 Goswamis, then Panchatattva, sorry, then 6 Goswamis and the Guru Varga. Krishna Balaram mein pehle Balaram ji Krishna, Krishna Balaram, then Nrsimha Bhagwan, Giriraj, and the Guru Varga. And in Radha Shamsundar altar also, first Radhesham, then Shaligram, and then Panchatattva. Sorry, then Guru Varga, Prabhupada and Bhakti Maharaj. So it's up to you how you see that. But when you're taking the darshan of the deities can be the very good meditation. You can, when you're looking at the lotus feet of the Lord, you should be always thinking, yo, these are the same lotus feet of the Lord which walked on the breast of the gopis, Krishna के लोटस फीट को आप देख रहे हो. और ये वही चरण है राम रानी के जिनको कृष्ण जो है छू के इनको कितना वो कृतार्थ समझते हैं. कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि मोर का पंख भगवान के सर पे क्यों होता है, फेदर क्यों होता है भगवान के सर पे. एक रीजन दिया जाता है क्या कि भगवान को नजर न लगी इसलिए यशोदा मैया जो है मोर का पंख ला देती है क्योंकि मोर के पंख में आंख बनी होती है. So it protects Krishna from an evil eye. कुछ लोग कहते हैं, सारे लोग कहते हैं कि क्योंकि जो मोर का पंख होता है, मोर होता है, वो ब्रह्मचारी होता है. Krishna himself is a brahmachari. That's why he puts मोर का पंख. कुछ लोग कहते हैं राधा रानी के चरण गंदे हो जाते हैं ना धूल से, तो भगवान उस मोर के पंख से उनको साफ करते हैं. So there are different explanations given. But when we are looking at the lotus feet of the Lord, we look at the lotus feet of the Lord, these are the same lotus feet of the Lord which danced on Kaliyanag and took out the whole poison from Kaliyanag. And then Kaliyanag became purified. So when I will make Krishna dancing on my tongue, the same feet of Krishna will take out the whole poison of enviousness from me. Because snakes, they represent enviousness. So come out of me, and then eventually what will happen? I'll get purified and I'll be able to chant Shuddha Nam. Oh, the thighs. These are the same thighs, which Krishna sometimes, Balramji is lifting Krishna, or Sridham is lifting Krishna and putting him down. Or Subal is lifting Krishna and putting him down. The same thighs, which look so beautiful when he is riding a Garuda, or when he is riding the shoulders of Sridham. Because Sridham eventually became Garuda Govind के अंदर ऐसा कहा जाता है, right? So this is same Kamal in which Krishna is actually putting the flute and it's Tribhangi form. So it's so beautiful because from here Krishna is turning, a bit. Then when we see the chati of Krishna, we see the Srivatsa of Krishna, right? And when Krishna is holding a basuri, it's the same Krishna who's holding the basuri. I'm playing and all the gopis are getting mad. And when they are hearing the sound of the same basuri. And जब हम चंद्र की बात करते हैं, भगवान के चेहरे की बात करते हैं, तो वो तो सबसे सुंदर है ही, तो इस तरीके से भगवान के हर एक बॉडी पार्ट के ऊपर मेडिटेशन होता है. और the same finger when they are when they are dancing on Murali, then all the gopis are going mad hearing the sound of Krishna's lotus, Krishna's flute. So this is the way, you meditate on each and every part of the Lord, and you can think about different pastimes of the Lord accordingly. So today, another thing which is very important we're talking about is how to sit in front of the Lord, in front of the Vaishnavas. When you're uncomfortable, so you're feeling sleepy right now. So when you're very uncomfortable sitting like this, chokri maar ke ya sukhasan mein baithe, so you can maybe sit on a chair, you can sit on the Vajrasan, or you can just move your feet here and there, and then you can again sit properly. While one sitting, one should not expose one's feet to the deities. This is very important. So we should always, whenever we have a dhoti, we should always cover our feet. One should, as far as possible, avoid sitting with one's back to the deities or the Vyasasana. Okay? Classes वगैरह चल रही है, it's not good. It doesn't look good, right? You see, इस फोटो में लिखा हुआ है कि किस तरीके से हमको कोशिश करना चाहिए कि जो फीट है हमारे वो टच ना हो. ठीक है? One should not stretch one's legs before the deities. One should not sit before the deities, holding one's ankle, elbow, knees, and one should not fall asleep while sitting before the deities. Talking. One should not talk loudly, no quarrel, लड़ाई झगड़ा नहीं, not chastising anyone, not criticizing anyone, not praising anyone, not speaking ill names. Ill names सुना है कमलो? ठीक है? या फिर बंगाली इंद्रजीत प्रजल्पा कि मैं तो यार वैष्णो देवी गया था, सब लोग मुझे हरे कृष्णा जय माता दी बोल रहे थे, मैं उनको हरे कृष्णा बोल रहा था. Like प्रजल्पा, unnecessary talk when it is not required. talk nearby devotees who are chanting the holy name of the Lord. One may speak in front of the deities or the guest. I mean, कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि when you have some guest coming to temple, you are actually explaining to the deities, this is God Nitai, he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Balram. That is okay. That can be done, right? But still, it should not be done when Bhagavatam class is going on or when senior devotee is speaking, or when Hare Krishna Mahamantra is going on or devotees are chanting, they not be louder in that case. Dress, then address. Prabhupada said, right? So devotees' clothes must be clean, simple and clean. Okay? Devotees, when coming to the temple, devotees should dress as follow. Men in dhoti and kurta, or the women and they should be in the sari. Both the men and women clothing should be simple and not fashionable or opulent. कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि हम दिखाने के लिए मंदिर में आते हैं कि मैंने क्या पहना है क्या नहीं पहना. हाँ. Yet the cloth must be neat and presentable. Unnecessary items like perfumes and various forms of cosmetic makeup should be avoided. When you are putting deodorant on yourself, you did the elephant bathing because you have cleaned yourself with the water, with the mantras. Then you chanted your Om Keshwaya Namo Narayana Madhava Namo Amsubhana. And after purifying yourself enough, you've done again a stupidity. The stupidity is of what? Putting the alcohol or the chemicals on your body.
Can you use one without alcohol?
If it is without alcohol, then also you can use, but not for the archan. You cannot go for archan after wearing it. आपके कपड़े अगर धोबी के द्वारा धुले हुए हैं, धोबी के द्वारा प्रेस है, you are not supposed to use those clothes for archanam.
It should be pure.
It should be pure.
No one's touched it.
Nobody has touched. A Mataji in the family, if anybody has menses, they should not be washing these clothes. Very important. Okay? If they're washing the clothes, then you can wear them, but it should not be used for the archana. They have washed and they have dried in the sun. The sun takes away all the contamination to some extent. So in that case, you can put it down afterwards so that there would not be of any dosha. Still, it's better.
There's no sun.
For the person who does not have sun, sun means Surya there, is very unfortunate. Particularly for morning program and for all the temple programs in general, fresh clothes must be worn. कपड़े फटे हुए नहीं होने चाहिए. They should not be torn and worn out completely. You can show your daridrata to anybody but not to the Lord. This is another way of doing service to the Lord. You're not crying in front of deities because you're not making him feel that you're sad. Krishna knows what is going on with us. But we are not supposed to show, this by crying in front of the Lord. Right? Then tilak is very important. We should put the proper tilak. We should put always all the 12 or 13 tilak on our body. That may actually help us to make what? क्या करते हैं इससे? Will help us to make the body as temple. मंदिर है, मंदिर कभी नहीं बन सकता जब तक जो बड़ा शरीर मंदिर नहीं होगा मंदिर नहीं बनेगा. So when you are actually putting the deities on your body, Om Keshwaya Namaha, you're making an altar here. With Narayana Namaha, Madhvaya Namaha, Govinda Namaha, Vaishnava Namaha, Madhusudana Trivikarmaya Namaha, Vamnaya Namaha, Sridhara Namaha, Rishikesha Namaha, Pradhamaya Namaha, Damodara Namaha. So yeah, tilak. One should always decorate the body with the tilak at 12 places after taking a bath. A person who is not chanting the holy name and not following the regular principle must not wear tilak, particularly outside the temple. But inside the temple, you're allowed to do it. That's a very important, but more another thing, which is when you're putting a tilak, you take a water and then you call all the river here, Gange to Yamuna Chava, and then you start mixing it with the mantra called Lalate Keshwam Jayam Narayana Matmudare Vakshastal Madhavam to Govinda Kandu Kupake Vishnu Lakshmi Kaksho Baho Chamadusudana. That our mantra, yeah. Okay. So after chanting that, if any water falls down on the floor, this is the prime duty of the sadhaka to immediately clean that up first, because that is very important. And when it is falling down, and if anybody steps on it, the person actually steps on on Vishnu himself, because you have chanted all the mantras and prayed for and that is really. नहीं, गंगे जी यमुना चाहे वो अपवित्र पवित्र मंत्र can be chanted by anybody. Yeah. Brahma, कुछ there, see what Brahmins can chant, but non-Brahman cannot chant are the Veda mantras. Om Tadu Vishnu Om Paramam Padam Sada Pashanti Suryo Divya Vichakshuratanam Tadu Prasopannavo Jagraham Samidhanti Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. But that mantra cannot be chanted or should not be chanted by non-Brahman. ऐसा कहा जाता है. They chant what? Om Apavitra Pavitrava Sarva Vaishnam Gado Viva. अभी है ये भी पुराण थी, गरुड़ पुराण थी. But you know, यह स्मृत पुंडरी का अक्षम सभाग्यम अंतरा शुचि ही होता. So this is very important. We should have a proper here. It should not be too big, it should not be too small. Oh, it can be small, of course. But the shikha has to be there, which is very important. Because they say when you fall in Maya, Mahaprabhu pulls your shikha, pulls you back. If office says that, you know, we can keep a very mild. But you know, I'm telling you, if you're presenting not as shikha, but as a fashion, they won't mind.
There's some devotees, they don't keep it in peace, they don't keep it.
Yeah, for Eastern countries, of course, you know, the Middle East is difficult.
No, as in, I'm talking about like Western Europe and this, they
Yeah.
just don't keep it at home.
We should keep.
We should keep.
Very important. So whatever we are acquiring knowledge and everything, it goes away. We just is not there. It is there is very important. Shikha may be any name, but it should not be more than this much big. Otherwise, Prabhupada said he is somewhat different. Sampradaya. And of course, Mataji should always tie their long hair. While tying for the shikha after bathing, the shikha should not be open. It is open only when somebody dies in the family. Okay? When you are in the crematorium ground at the death of somebody, okay? Or when you are in the unclean state, like by passing stool or something. Okay? So when you're tying it, you can chant Brahma Gayatri. Om Bhurvasva Puriyat. Sorry, and some people they actually sometimes chant Kam Gayatri. Sometimes people they chant Kam Gayatri to do that. Kadni Mala, we should always have three round. You know, I have a cervical problem, so we have one single round. But suppose one should initiate it, should wear 3, and one who is not initiated should wear 1. Mustaches and beards, Prabhupada never appreciated that. We should not try not to have it. Okay? I mean, I'll get it cut maybe on Purnima or Purnima as well. Let's see. Anyways, we'll just stop here today. Okay. Anybody has any question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bolo.
Yeah, thank you for so much nice and wonderful class. Just want to ask you that, as you said that if we do not have a utri over our body, so we should do panchang pranam, right? We should not touch our body on the ground. So, is there any reason behind that? So, utri.
I think you just don't follow this rule.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I said in ISKCON we don't follow such rule.
Okay. Okay.
And I would never appreciate that if you preach about it to anybody.
No, no, no.
Just
This
keep
is,
it to yourself.
so is there any reason behind that?
There's no reason behind it. Just say that when we are paying obeisances with the kurta or something on the top, we are not actually doing the proper pranam because the body parts are not touching. Ashtang pranam means 8 part of our body should be touching the ground.
Yes, Prabhuji.
When we are paying when we are doing the Ashtang pranam, तो 5 चीजें touch कर जाती हैं, ये 8 चीजें touching. So it's like kind of offense.
Okay. Okay. तो पंचांग प्रणाम में ऑफेंस है, षष्टांग प्रणाम पंचांग
अष्टांग पranam में अगर कुर्ता पहना हुआ है तो अगर कुर्ता नहीं पहना हुआ तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
अच्छा 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 कुर्ता नहीं मतलब अगर शर्ट पहन के करते हैं तो इन दैट केस
तो भी रॉन्ग है.
अच्छा तो हमें पंचांग प्रणाम ही करना चाहिए, आप ये बता रहे हैं.
नहीं, मैं कहता हूँ कि जब हमने कभी धोती और उतनी पहनी हुई है
यस
तो हमें षष्टांग प्रणाम करना चाहिए मुझे.
ओके प्रभु जी. ओके. अच्छा दूसरा एक चीज आपने बताया था, जैसे हम ऑल्टर में जाते हैं और वहां पे जैसे मान लीजिए सपोज कोई खड़ा है और उसका गुरु भी खड़े हैं और उसका कोई एक शिष्य आ गया तो उसने अपने जो गुरु का शिष्य है उसको प्रणाम किया लेकिन गुरु को प्रणाम नहीं किया, तो इज दैट एन ऑफेंस यू से? सो इसका दीजिए क्या रीजन है, तो हमें कैसे एटिकेट करना है, उसको कैसे क्या करना
और
चाहिए?
बस तुम वो बेवकूफ शिष्य मत बनो जो गुरु के सामने प्रणाम एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है, और तुम वो बेवकूफ शिष्य मत बनो जो अपने गुरु की होते हुए किसी और गुरु को प्रणाम.
ओके जी.
And whenever you're talking to people about it, just tell them about it properly.
ओके तो करना ही नहीं चाहिए, मतलब ये बोल रहे हैं आप?
So really, even we can do the pranam to both of them.
ओके.
बट प्रभु जी ऐसा नहीं होता कि व्हेन वी आर इन फ्रंट ऑफ द deity तो उस समय हमें किसी को भी मतलब चाहे वो हमारे गुरु ही क्यों ना हो उन्हें हमें प्रणाम नहीं करना चाहिए?
Actually, when we pay obeisances to Prabhupada, we are paying obeisances to everybody. It is true. You see, that is the reason mostly Tulsi Aarti does not happen when the altar is open. चाहे वो morning की evening or चाहे morning की आरती evening की आरती हो, Tulsi Aarti always happen when the darshans are closed.
Prabhuji, at the time of menses, we are not allowed deity worship. We are not allowed to pay obeisances. But I was listening to one lecture of Vallabh Sampradaya. He said we are not allowed to even touch the beads of Tulsi. It is a huge offense, and we should not touch scriptures even. How far is that right?
We should not touch what?
Deeds.
Scriptures, beads, Tulsi beads, and
Listen
scriptures.
to me. If the Vaishnava Sampradaya person is saying this, I don't know who said that, but we should not listen to everybody. We are very fortunate to be in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and Gaudiya Vaishnavism, they have practically everything in this Sampradaya. We don't have to go anywhere. And if you go, you will end up in getting confused.
No, Prabhuji, I'm not going anywhere. It's just that I listen to the lecture.
No problem. Purna, this Pushti Margi Sampradaya is all about deity worship only. They don't have any precise priority of chanting the holy name of the Lord. None of the Sampradaya. कोई भी लगा लो तीनों में से किसी में भी नाम को लेके इतना महत्व नहीं बताया गया. ठीक है, अगर हम लोग निम्बार्क संप्रदाय की बात करेंगे तो उनके अपने स्क्रिप्चर्स हैं. They talk about only chanting the padas. Pushti Margi people, they also do the same, and they have their own bhajan. They have their own way of doing deity worship, and then they are very happy with that. Sri Vaishnavas जो हो गए, there is the same, mantra ucharan, and all this. So I'm telling you very important thing that during the menses, you are not supposed to touch the deities. But suppose if you are in such a situation where you have nobody at home, you have your children to take care of, and you have to feed them as well, then probably you can wear some woolen cloth, and you can do the cooking and everything. And if nobody is there, then you can offer as well. Chanting should not be stopped. I don't know who said that we are not supposed to chant.
No, Prabhuji, we are supposed to chant, but we are not supposed to touch Tulsi beads. That's what he said. It's an offense. You can chant on beads of neem or anything.
अच्छा, मेरे को लगता है कि तुलसी इज ऑलवेज प्यूरिफाइड. तुलसी, हम लोग तुलसी के पौधे को हाथ नहीं लगाते और तुलसी के बीच में चैंट करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. यू कैन, हाँ ये जरूर बोला जाता है कि आफ्टर 3 days the 4th day one should wash, or after 5 days one should wash that chanting bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because chanting beads never get contaminated, chanting bag gets contaminated.
Okay. And Prabhuji, how about chanting the kavachams? Like I practice Narayan Kavacham on a daily basis. With the whole procedure, Nyas is there, Vinayog is there. So how should I manage?
For 3 days you can see, first of all, Narayan Kavach की beauty पता है क्या है? It is not from any it's not coming from any Veda.
Yes.
It is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay.
So that can be chanted every day.
Okay. And how about
But
Nyas
Nyas
and
and Vinyoga, actually they are there to purify and to cure us. So you can still wear woolen clothes and sit on the woolen asana and can
Okay.
chant all these prayers right after taking shower before you start bleeding again.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
See? Any question or doubt?
Babuji, one more question. Can you please repeat which mantra we should recite while making tilaka to apply?
I'll send you the.
You said now purification. We also recite purification mantra before
No, first we call all the river, Gange,
Gange Jamini Cheva.
Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Jaleshu, Sindhu, Guru. And then when we are mixing, then we chant Lalate, Keshvam, Jayam, Narayana, Mathodare, Vakshastan, Madhanam to Govinda Kandu Gupake. So it's a mantra with three mantras actually. ठीक है?
प्रभु जी, पर वो ना यूजुअली तो मतलब गिर ही जाता है हाथों से while making, तो
कोशिश करो नहीं, हमेशा should be mixed together at time. कोई बात नहीं, अगर गिरता तो हल्का सा पानी ले लो. अगर वो गिरता है तो don't put tilak on yourself in the toilet.
okay. Yes,
It's always good to sit and doing it. When it falls, immediately you can wipe it.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
जी.
कई बार देखता हूँ वो लोग जो ना वॉशरूम के अंदर चले जाते हैं उसमें, तो वहां पे लगा के फिर
जिसको भी देखता रहे चुपचाप, कुछ मत बोलो. You don't do that.
Oh yes, that I know, but लेकिन कई बार देखता हूँ कि ऑप्शन सिचुएशंस नहीं होते वहां पे, तो कैसे क्या करूं? वहां पे मिरर भी नहीं होता, तो मैं तो ऐसे हाथ से ऐसे ही लगा देता हूँ, फिर उसमें क्या करूं?
बस मैं तो आज तक कोई मिरर यूज नहीं किया पिछले 15 साल में तिलक लगाने के लिए. फिट है, कुछ खास प्रॉब्लम.
मोबाइल का कैमरा तो होगा.
पिछले 14 साल से मैंने कभी भी यूज नहीं किया मिरर. ठीक है कमल?
यस प्रभु.
मोबाइल का कैमरा भी होता है, उसमें भी रख सकते हैं.
Prabhuji, Achman is allowed in menses, right?
Everything is allowed. But DT को टच करना नहीं allowed होता, कुकिंग करना allowed नहीं होता. वैष्णव who are going to do DT worship, उसको टच करना allowed नहीं होता. मंदिर जाना allowed नहीं होता. ठीक है? मंदिर में जाके ऐसे वैष्णव को टच करना allowed नहीं होता. जो मंदिर जा रहे हैं उनको टच करना allowed नहीं होता. You know, you should wash your clothes, you should wash your chadar, everything.
Oh.
See? Any doubt?
No Prabhu, no.
Shut up. Whatever decision we had, we pray to Radhesham, Gurudai, Krishna, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Gurudev, Anandapuri, Vaishnava, give us the blessings so that we can always remain situated in our service as a servant of Krishna, and can serve the divine couple with our mind, body, and actions, and can attain the goals of life. One is Krishna Brahman, second is Panchakal Bhatu Shakil Pasan Vacha.
Vaishnava Namo Namaha.
Vaishnava.